Well, welcome back to Factorio version 15 SpaceX Extreme Mode. So last time we were starting our build here. It's taken 3 supply runs, just carefully planning how much the supply train can take at each time. Basically all I did was look at the blueprint, go through the items, work out if it was roughly about as much as we could fit, tell the supply train to go, and when it delivered and took off again, I then did the next one and the next one. Now we still need to order up logistic bots, and you can see as the robots work, they're slowly powering up and I've run some extra because these don't link normally. These what are they called? Logistic networks. They're separate networks, so they won't link ultimately. But I've had to link them obviously, so the construction bots can all link up and build the whole thing. And there you go. There's my iron stack marker. So I wasn't too far off really. I was sort of spot on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the steel one up above. But we can just let this build out. It won't build this side probably unless I put some extra roboports down, which I guess I probably will. But I was just going to leave the robots to it and jump on board engineering train and get the copper one to build. So that is the plan for this episode. You can see 239, I sort of said another 30 or so, and then we will start the remainder of the 25 levels of mining productivity that I was going to do, or at least in this batch of science. So we're still quite some time away from that, I guess. Since we're doing about 1.7 launches a minute, but then of course there's a bit of time dilation from the UPS. Is it dilation? I always get these terms confused. Anyway, effectively our time is running slower. Anyway, so we're heading over to the copper. I should have put my bots on, otherwise they won't be charged. In fact, I might stop the train here and jump out so I can get the bots in place so that they can start charging up. See? Robot recharge rate. Yes, I don't really know how all that works, but that's fine. It certainly needs to charge up first to get the maximum benefit. Anyway, back into the train. Oh, that's right, I put as you can see down the end here, we have another train. That is the landfill train, so we're going to have to move landfill out of our way so that we can get past. Let's quickly do that. It's the landfill, go to manual mode and head up here, just until you're out of the way. That should do. Just back up a bit. There we go. Right. And yes, still a little bit of the flu lurking around. It seems to take forever to clear. I'm also doing more than one episode a day because I am having a lot of fun with this exercise. Right, so our copper is up there. We'll probably need the landfill to smash through here, but in the meanwhile, oops, why don't I some trees only, get rid of all of that if you would, and place that. Oh, I've got no, I have no construction bots. I need to grab some. Any more on the whole train? No. We'll have to do this for 48. hours, which is a few less than I normally use, but maybe it won't be too bad. How's rail going? We will need some more rail pretty soon. So why don't we jump out now and help ourselves to some more. Maybe another lot as well. That should be absolutely tons, possibly too much even. Nothing else we're low on. We have signals, we do have those signals, we have some of the others. We don't actually need that many of the others when we're just laying straight rail. We don't need any of the power for ourselves. They can use all of the power just to power up the robot recharge instead of, for example, our run speed. Which you really start noticing if you're doing a lot of work with your personal roboports and you don't have sufficient recharge, which is probably my case because I've got 6 pairs of legs in here. How are we going? Still a fair way. How are we doing up here? Looks like it's getting a little bit more sophisticated, so that's all good. Absolutely no need to sit around watching it. There is some need, however, for us to run down here and tell these lovely little robot gentlemen to, oh, and ladies, they could be robot ladies, who would know, to cheat the charging process, as it were. Right, let's slap down that blueprint again. If you use the foul, of course, it does make this process a little bit easier, but I wanted to vanillarize this as much as possible. I mean, really all we've got is, in terms of mods, obviously SpaceX, but that just extends our end game, really. It doesn't give us any benefits in terms of making the game easier or whatever. The main one that does is actually probably, well, the module insert is very handy, and the auto deconstruct miners, that's a very handy one. Makes our task in regards to managing lots of outposts much easier, so thank you for that. But in terms of the other things, we have the advanced nuclear mod that all that really does is save a little bit of UPS when it comes to the nuclear power. And of course we have the bot cargo capacity infinite research, which we researched up to carry 11, well, bonus of 11, so it's basically 12, so it carries the same amount as a stack inserter. Now, my only real problem with that one is that your bots don't use any more energy for the carrying, so you actually end up saving energy. But aside from that, it's really just for UPS. If you put it in concert with enough of the other infinite researches that I know there's mods for, you're getting kind of a GT experience. Like if you boosted stack inserters up to, say, 24, and there's, I don't know if there's production ones as well, but it's starting to get they're starting to copy things that are sort of, you know, Bob's Mods cheaty in terms of being able to produce more than a vanilla experience would let you do. So we have none of those, and that is good. It wouldn't be a fair vanilla experience if we did. Can we move on a bit? Good-o, good-o. Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed using the foul in the past, because the sheer speed at which you can lay rail is great, but vanilla rail world doesn't really need it. If we go, this is the map, and I can scroll back to that. That's the maximum scroll out standard scroll out. If we were running RSO, it would be a lot further, it would be sort of way out here, it would be a lot more interesting, we'd have a lot more space for the distributed network. But look, our main, this is the size of our main, our main base, oil, and then our various special stacks, green circuits there, the new one that we're building here. So there's the first iron with the steel, second iron with the steel, copper, building the west side here, and one over here, and hopefully that will be enough. And where we initially extended up, and this initial down part. Anyway, the bots appear to have done their job quite well. Wonder we might even run out of rail at this rate to send the engineering train back. We are starting to get low on rail signals, so I might just slap another one down and then jump out and get another blueprint, that is, and then jump out, get more rail signals out of the train. There's 50 there. Maybe I'll get another 50 and some big poles and some lights. Always worthwhile. Perhaps grab those as well while we're there. Our bots are starting to have some issues with charging, but they'll get over it. Can I squeeze another? No, because I don't know exactly. We got to. Okay. So if you don't understand what I'm actually doing here, if you, I'm basically clicking on the bot, which puts it back into my inventory. It then treats it as though the bot's completely charged. So it's a bit of a cheat, but I mean you're not really gaining anything. But what all you gain is, you know, time, personal time, rather than having to equip for, well, probably another fusion reactor, rip out legs and put in multiple additional bot charges. That's what I, in theory, should be doing instead of cheating. But it's a fairly minor cheat, so I'm going to let myself get away with that one. How are we going? Scroll a bit further and that's where the copper stack is, okay. We need to get rid of this annoying forest. Get rid of the forest in front of us. And once again, a bit more cheating. I normally actually run 2 sets of armor, so I have one that for personal roboport usage you perhaps have less legs, but we can't really afford to have less legs when we're running at half speed in terms of UPS, so that's why I am employing this method a bit more instead. Let's get rid of some of this wood. Hopefully the bots will clear this tree shortly, and this one we can move on. Put the blueprint down. There we go. That did the trick. on rail. Let's get is there any more rail? There's no more rail on the train, alright. We will just have to make do with what we've got. And another quick recharge of all of our personal bots. How many have we got? That lot maybe 1,000. This is why I didn't use the engineering train's supply of rail to sort out our West Iron station, because I knew I would need it for this. Having a few more bots tends to help a little bit. Well, it delays when your bots are completely exhausted like this and need charging. Okay. We must be getting close to this water patch. We are. What we are going to need to do is probably run back and get the landfill train and fill along here the top part of this. Which copper did I want to use? I wanted to use that one, which will be fine. And something over here, I think 78, 67, not sure. Do you know what? We'll create another one of these turnarounds. And jump on board. Now, I am going to tell this to go to for now, get rid of that. Go to engineering unload. You can't. Okay. Go to manual. I don't know why it cannot. I know I've blocked the route, but it shouldn't be stopping us getting there, but never mind. What we'll do is we'll drive along here. Oh, that's why we can't. Okay. Now, engineering unload. So it should stop behind the landfill train. In fact, when it gets there, I'll probably go manual and auto stop it. I'll then let it go. I'm going to remove. I'm going to remove West End and move it to the new West End. There we go. We're almost there. So let's go manual. We'll stop there. Jump on board landfill. Back up a little bit so that we can get down. That's the West End station. Let's just stop there. You go to... Oh, I can't... I keep telling myself I want to fill this up automatically, but I haven't done it. Never mind. Yes, go to engineering unload, because I am going to need you to top up. Let's take West End out and run all the way along to the end here with our landfill train. Which has rocket fuel, which even at 30 UPS very much. And that's one way to stop. And we will create a new west end at this point. You are west end, you're not nigh. And all our stuff can go in there. And we can start doing a landfill. As long as we fill above this line, we should be fine. Screen, I suggest. Oh, sorry about that. This flu's something we all get at times. Not much that we can do about it. There's a robot down there that's trying to catch up to me. This landfill is almost done that. How much have we got left? Tons. Right, well we might as well just do, say, a little bit more. Sure. Alright, robot, come on. Chargy, chargy. Now, how close am I to, in fact, this being? There we go. It's right there. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Landfill back on, landfill. Gather up our stuff. That's good, and we want to push on with the track. Come up here to where our copper. Now remember, I turned these upside down for this area. Come on, where's the one that I want? There we go. Right, that's where it needs to be. Okay. Connect up. Wires here. And here. The other bit is this one here, I believe. It's always an issue. automation. There's a breach somewhere. Come on, robots. Should have enough to build out this structure at the very least. Okay. Let's ride landfill back until we find where this breach in the signal and along the main line is. Most likely spot is probably where we connect up to iron. So we'll go back to there and check. Or here even. Yep, there's a break. So that should fix it up. Now, let's head to landfill. And at an appropriate point, I will jump out and reclaim the engineering train. This will refill with landfill and come back out because we do need to do some more landfill along this area. How are we going? How's our all-time production of plates? Almost 1.1 billion. There you go. Over 400k again. Right, where are we in terms of the map? Oh, yes, we are in the area where I'm shortly going to want to jump out. Not quite yet. About here will do. Good, you can take my foot away. Quite happy with that. Let's avoid that 383. We don't need to add another train death to our tally. Run up to the engineering train. I will set it to reload. Oh, look. This might actually finish unloading at some point. Yes, and there's our wood burning operation. Which wood do we have in the system? Only what's in there, which is about 4k. Maybe a tiny bit extra, especially now that I've come back. I'll set the engineering train to reload and we will head back, and next time we will set up the copper. Copper west, and we're getting very close indeed to our final part. So if I'd automated this to go up, but the way I'll do it, it kind of it's open for more flexibility with different loadouts. 6 of one, half a dozen of another, I guess. I mean, this way you end up sometimes waiting a couple of minutes or so while it reloads, as opposed to, you know, being able to completely change the loadout whenever you feel like. Anyway, I will see you back at the other end in the next episode. Bye bye for now.